Good evening. How you doing? Yeah, I'm fine too. You want to know something? This is the third night, I think, to talk about a guy named Nebuchadnezzar. Yeah, it's a long time. He must be important. But he's got a really fun name. Yeah, 2 Z's, remember? Okay,
Just start reading, please.
you got someplace to go?
Not really.
I didn't think so. Okay, anyway, Nebuchadnezzar was a strong king, and he was usually kind to the captives of Judah. Yeah, Clay helped him. He brought Daniel and some other Jewish men to the palace to help him rule his kingdom. He knows a good thing when he sees it. And when Nebuchadnezzar died, oh no! When Nebuchadnezzar died, several others served as king, but none of them could do it as well as he. And Babylon, the place, was still the strongest nation in the world. But it became weaker when those other kings reigned. Guess what happened?
They fell away.
Yeah. Finally, a man called Belshazzar. Now that's a really tricky one to say. Belshazzar. He's got 2 Z's too in his name. Well, he became king of Babylon. And he was not a wise ruler. Here we go again. And he did not feel that he needed Daniel to hold an important position in the kingdom. Bad choice. Then Belshazzar, well, he likes to give big parties for the Babylonians who were his friends. He was a party animal. And no one particular on this one night, well, see, he gave a dinner for 1,000 of his lords. Man, 1,000? How many rooms did they have to fill up? Because they got to be 6 feet apart.
No, they don't. Not back then.
Oh, that's good, because it'd be like, oh my goodness. And the rulers, and all these people, they had this dinner, and it was held at the temple to one of the gods. Oh no, the idols that they worshipped. To make this dinner look finer and grander, Belshazzar served his friends with the gold dishes that had been stolen from the god's temple in Jerusalem. You do not recycle stuff like that.
Well, he did.
Bad choice. And finally, the guests were still around the table, laughing, ha 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 ha, and drinking, go 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 go, the sparkly grape juice from the beautiful gold cups. And something very strange happened. It'd be nice if they all dropped dead.
What?
Well, they're using God's stuff, and they should stop it.
Keep reading.
High up on this wall, a hand appeared, writing words that no one could read or understand. Was this a magic show?
No.
How did he do that then? A blue screen. It was a blue screen.
No.
Miracle.
Something like that.
Okay, well then it's a miracle. We agreed. Everyone in the room grew still and quiet as they saw the hand slowly move across the wall. And the king was so frightened that his knees began to shake, and no one knew what to do. So finally, you know what happened? Belshazzar thought enough to say, "Bring the wise men, the magicians, here to tell me what this means. Whoever can read this writing may have a scarlet robe and a chain of gold around his neck, and may be the 3rd ruler to the kingdom." Ooh, he's promising big stuff. Wow. And the wise men and the magicians, they all hurried to the banquet hall when they heard this. Like they could do a thing about it. And they looked at the strange writing on the wall, but none of them could read it at all. Got an idea who he needs. King Belshazzar was more dismayed than ever. And he did not know what to turn, and yet he felt that it was important for him to find out what the words said. Yeah, somebody just graffitied on his wall. What if it said you're a dummy?
Well, like that.
He would want to know it. So finally, his queen, she remembered something. She turned to Belshazzar. "Psst, psst, psst. Hey, honey," she says. "There was a man who served Nebuchadnezzar was sent for. What? He wasn't at the party?
Nope.
Huh, he must have been left out. So when he came into the great hall, the king asked him, "Are you the Daniel who brought the captives of Judah?" Are you them? With Nebuchadnezzar? And I have heard that you have a spirit of God and can understand dreams. La 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 la, like them. And if I can read, if you could read this writing, I will give you a scarlet robe to wear and a gold chain to put around your neck, and you shall have the third highest rule in my kingdom. And you want a washer and a dryer and a trip to Hawaii.
What?
It's like a game show. They always win washers and dryers and a trip to Hawaii.
Not so.
Okay, he didn't. You can make the gifts. You can keep them or you can give them to someone else. Daniel told the king, "I do not want them, but I will tell you the meaning of the writing." He's doing it freelance?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. "O king," he continued, "Nebuchadnezzar was a powerful ruler because God permitted him to be. And the true God in heaven, up there, rules over all earthly kings, down here. And even though you know this, you brought the dishes from the temple of the Lord here for your princes to drink wine from, and you worshipped idols instead of the one God who gave you this kingdom and all that you have." He's giving him a lecture.
Mm-hmm.
"Now, God has sent you this message written upon the wall."
What?
It was God's hand. I got a question.
You always do.
This is a good one. Is God right-handed or left-handed? We don't care. I do. I'm a lefty.
You don't even have a hand.
You'd be surprised. It means he says that your kingdom is going to end, and it will be taken from you and given to the Medes and the Persians. I've never heard of them before. New people on the block. And you have not measured up to what God expects of you. The message was a terrible one for King Belshazzar, but he had promised Daniel a reward. Sadly, he called for the robe and a necklace and pronounced Daniel the third highest ruler in the kingdom. He didn't want that.
I know that.
But no sooner had this happened when shouts and noise was heard outside in the streets. There were the sounds of soldiers marching and running, coming nearer and nearer, and suddenly the gates of the hall were thrown open, and the Medes and the Persians, well, they rushed in. They didn't take much time to arrive.
Mm-mm.
Yes, these mighty soldiers had been waiting outside the walls of Babylon that very evening. Who told them?
God makes plans in advance.
Yeah. Guess they just had to believe to go and stand there and wait. Wow. Now, while Belshazzar was having the dinner, they had made a passage under the city walls and crept into the city. Yeah, it wouldn't take too much with some shovels. There was no escape for the king and his guests. And although Daniel did get away safely, the kingdom of Babylon, well, it ended that night. And now the Medes and the Persians together, they were the strongest nation in the world. Wow. Who are they going to worship?
Read tomorrow night.
I can wait. Okay, kitties. Time for you to snuggle down.